So I have no idea what I was trying to think of before I started this video, but I couldn't think of anything. So I'm just gonna skip past that and move on with whatever I'm trying to attempt. I got some more questions from some random people instead of looking up on the internet, which means that I haven't read them until I open up now, which means that, well, if they're terrible questions, then I don't know, blame them. Alright, well, let's open this up and see where I had to load them because they something through text, so I had to load the pictures up. It's this whole thing. Anyway, first question is, what is your plan to eliminate student loan debt? Uh, I don't know. I mean, could I guess I could pay for it. If the only issue is how to get rid of the current student loan debt, presumably if I don't have to get like an approval from a bunch of people that clearly don't care or want anything to do with it, presumably I could just pay for it using, I don't know, government money or whatever, right? I mean, if we could, if they could build a poorly built, not really well working wall, I'm pretty sure could pay student loans, right? I mean, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the student loan debt is, but I think it's more than than most of what the government pays for. And if it's not, well, I guess I could pay whatever portion it is. I don't know what the student loan debt is. So that's something I have to look up. But again, assuming I actually do win and become president, I'm assuming you would tell me. And then yeah, I guess I would just pay for it because that really is the easiest thing for me to figure to do. So I would definitely take the easiest way and just pay for myself. I don't know what to do with it after the fact. Well, I do know what I would do after the fact. Again, not knowing if it'll work or not, but that's not the point. I do know what I would try to do. But that's my plan to eliminate student loan debt. Use all of the money that the government usually uses on stupid, pointless things and actually use it for something that, people want. Let's see. What are your views on immigration laws? I don't. I mean, if you're asking about what do they call them? The detention camps? You probably take those down. My problem, well, no. Yeah. It's really stupid, right? Because I'm not going to go into this whole everyone's an immigrant, because I don't really care. But it's also a dumb argument to make that you can't let anyone in because they might be dangerous. We're dangerous. There are people here that are more dangerous than anyone else trying to get into the country, so who cares? And the idea of everyone taking everyone else's job, you lost your job, or your boss took away your job. No one can steal your job unless you're either terrible at your job or your boss just hates you. And that's not really on anyone except you. Either be better at your job or be more likable. It's either or. There's nothing anyone else can do to help you. Then again, most of it's just about money and not wanting to pay those people the amount that they're getting paid, so they hire someone new and pay them cheaper. But that's also not on them, so deal with it. I mean, I don't really care about immigration. I mean, it's weirdly difficult to do, which I always thought was stupid, because people act like being here is just so amazing, but I've lived here my entire life, and it's not. I mean, it's a lot better than a lot of places, but it is. God, some of these people are just the worst. So, yeah, I mean, those are my view on immigration laws. I don't know a lot of immigration laws, but again, I don't know them because I pretty much think most of them are stupid. So, I mean, that's not really a defense, it's kind of just the truth of my view of them. So, you know. What are your plans for global warming? Oh, my plans for global warming are to watch as the volcanoes start to erupt. That's my plan for global warming. But I'm assuming you're asking, do I plan to stop it like every other boring person I've, come in contact with? And I don't have, I don't know. I don't know anything about how to stop global warming. My plan to stop global warming is to use other people's plans, which, let's be honest, are miles ahead of whatever the hell I could make up. So, yeah, I mean, I think we should. My only plan for stopping global warming, I think I answered this before, but God knows I don't remember. My only plan to stop global warming is to, I guess, increase the strength of the laws that the corporations have to follow, which will either include increasing the amount they have to pay for each infraction of whatever environmental law that they're breaking, or, well, no, I guess that's just it, right? It'll increase the amount of payment, or I'll just add other stipulations to whatever law they break. I don't know which ones or how or what they'll be, but that's later down the line train of thought to start. So, yeah. Let's see. Next question. How would you just how would you suggest revitalizing inner city communities without raising taxes? Hmm. Well, couldn't isn't that where I don't know how weird this sounds, but I don't really care, so I'm gonna say it anyway. Isn't this where we could send all the people that are coming into the country? Because I see like all these random pictures where we compare mainly Detroit, which I think is a little screwed up, but I've never been to Detroit, so I don't know what to tell you guys. But anyway, I see all these pictures comparing third world countries to Detroit, or other places too, but mainly Detroit, which again I still think is weird. And if there were so many people that need work and need places to live, then couldn't we just like move them there and then give them work there, like fixing places and then letting them live there? I don't really know how this would work, but I feel like it would work the same for the people that originally moved there, right? Because, this wasn't always a city or a suburb, it was just empty. So, just, I'm sure someone else can figure it out in my place, because, again, I'm kind of just making this up as I go. But I'm pretty sure we could solve a lot of the problems if anyone actually wanted to, instead of just, what is it, sweeping it under the rug, which, again, I get. You have everyone, wants to make billions upon billions of dollars instead of actually doing anything, which, trust me, I am not faulting in the least. But I'm not really into this to make billions of dollars. I'm not also in this to help people. I'm just kind of in this to do stuff. And this is the stuff that I would be doing because no one else seems to want to do it, and I want to laugh at them if I figure it out and do it better than them. because I'm petty. Uh, the next question is, cyberbullying is destroying our youth. What would you... Ah, that's what the second page is. That's the rest of this question. Do to safeguard our... Oh, our adolescents from cyber attacks. So, I don't really know, because, listen, I'm doing this on YouTube, so if there's... I will probably need to know this, because that's definitely going to be an issue. But also, I don't really react to stuff like that. I was never, so I kind of like got out of school like right before cyberbullying became a thing. So I don't really know. I mean, I feel like it's more of a idea that comes from not objectivity. Uh, well, this idea of just being separated, just unknowns. The idea of it being from unknown people. I know this anonymous. I knew that word. Being anonymous and still being able to do it. So you can't really say when or if someone's doing it, because you're getting even if you're being targeted by somebody, then that still might not be the person that you're being targeted to. Their account could be taken, your account can be taken, and there's really nothing that anyone can do about it after that. Because once your passwords change, well, you're pretty much out of luck. It's really, I mean, I don't really know. There's nothing like fundamentally that I think any other person can do about it. More of a idea that something that they have to do before it happens. I don't really share a lot of stuff online, but that's also because I'm boring and have no life, so I don't have anything to share online. But it's also a problem of people that overshare in general, which, again, if people want to do, that's on them. I mean, teenagers have always done stupid stuff, so it's not like you can ask them to stop. It's just wider range. I feel like it may be kind of screwed up, but I don't think there's anything that anyone can really do about it, at least not in any meaningful way. I mean, sure, you cannot overshare everything, but that doesn't mean you still won't be bullied over online. It just won't be stuff that you've done personally, whether they're pictures, or video, or text, or whatever. So, yeah, it's just precautions that you have to take and understanding that stuff will go wrong, or could go wrong, I guess. I mean, as far as safeguarding goes, I don't even want to say limit their time online. Well, some people should limit their time online, maybe. That's on you. But like I said, as far as cyberbullying goes, or how to avoid it, or how to stop it, or just how to lessen its impact on you, yeah, you just have to, mainly you have to take it in stride too, because people who let it happen, well, not people who it happens to, feel like they don't have any place to go, because that was their place to go, and now it's gone. So once that happens, you kind of tend to feel trapped, and all these, I don't know, emotions, whatever they are, just kind of start welling up. And I guess that's really the problem, is when that all comes to a head. I don't know if any of this was actually useful, but that was a string of thoughts that came out of my a string of thoughts that came through my mind when I read the question. So there you go. Yeah. So the next one, I got sent the list through text directly and not pictures. Now I have to switch to my phone. Uh, let's see. So the next question is, will you let us know if there was a cure for cancer and or any other bad disease to spread it around America? I mean, yeah, so I guess the idea behind this is there are there were cures for like every there's this theory where cures for like a bunch of random diseases have actually already been discovered, but they're being suppressed by either the corporation themselves or other just random people. I don't know. But assuming that I get told anything, which even if I do become president, I'm still not completely sure I would be. I would tell you, sure. I mean, I don't. Again, as far as I know, I'm not getting paid anything to keep a bunch of random secrets from the people by the Billionaires Club. So, sure, I'll tell you if there's a cure for cancer or whatever else comes up. Uh, you have minimum wage to be no less than $11 an hour, which you can't pay. Would you have it where minimum wage could be no less than $11 an hour, and have it where organizations can't pay employees $7.50 an hour? Well, yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I don't know because I know this. I know it moved up to 750 in like what the 90s or the 80s. It was something like that. Then again, it might not have been. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, because the cost of living has gone up literally every year. Sometimes not even every year, but every year, period. But the minimum wage has stayed the same since the 90s. Again, whenever it changed to 750. So if you think about it, minimum wage should be changed for the dollar amount that the living wage has gone up every year since whenever it became 750. I don't know what that would be because I don't know what cost of living has gone up to and or when it was changed to 750. But at the very least, that's what it should be. And I think that's where people are getting like $11 or $15. I don't know. But that's about the size of it. So yeah, change it to 11, change it to 15, change it to 20. I don't care. Next question. If you were selected as the president, will you make it to where the homeless will have a place to stay instead of on the streets? Oh, yeah. Would I? I mean, I don't know about everyone, because as far as I know, some people like being outside, but I don't know if they actually like being outside or if they don't like being in the shelters. I don't know what's going on with that. But if you're asking about the people who have nowhere to go, then yeah, I can definitely try and do something about that. I also think it's more of a altogether issue between the places to stay, the people that work there, and food and everything. But I get what the question is. So sure, I can get someone who actually wants to do something about that. Next question. Will you propose an idea or solutions for the epidemic of increasing violent crimes? violent crimes is such a weak, because people, especially here, they're so like needlessly aggressive that I can't really say if anything you do would work, because if you just say violent crimes in general, then anyone, again, especially here, will fight about anything. And I always thought it was really weird. I mean, it's great for the internet, but outside of that, it really doesn't get anyone anything. Again, except for the people that are watching the fight in the moment, I guess. But it's like they're all really stupid fights, like almost all of them. So if you want to say that you want to increase the laws, or it's none of this, I don't think any of it would actually stop the violent crimes, because people are just really, let's go with angry. I think that'd be the easiest way to put it. And they just really like punching stuff or stabbing or whatever various means they think will work. And I don't really get it. I've never gotten it. So I really don't know what to say as a way to solve it. Because I've never gotten into a fight, but I've never really wanted to get into a fight either. So I don't really know what drives people to think like that, because it also never works. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, the first thought out of my head would be like nationwide therapy. Actually, that might be a good idea. Yeah, like nationwide therapy or something. That's that seems like, well, we also need worldwide therapy, but that's not the issue. Nationwide therapy is a way to start. So yeah, let's see. And the last question is, as the president, will you have it to where the FDA stops approving food that's making American citizens from becoming obese? That would be really hard. I mean, I don't have a problem with it because, well, I've had McDonald's. It's not that good. But if you try to take someone's Big Mac away from them, I'm pretty sure they will actually start a riot. But here's the thing, I don't really have a problem with fast food. The problem is that the people themselves want to eat it all the time. And I get the point of this being that we need to do something about it, but anyone can become obese eating, even if they cook themselves, even if they make their own food, they could still end up like that. It's not the food's fault that it was designed in the way that it was. I mean, it's not healthy, but it's not, well, it is unhealthy, but it's not to say it's dangerously unhealthy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because there are definitely foods that are dangerously unhealthy, which aren't even fast foods. I mean, again, if you eat nothing but French fries and hamburgers, sure, that's a problem. But French fries and hamburgers themselves aren't necessarily, again, they are. But for the sake of this argument, they're not necessarily a bad food. They're just not, a good food. It's comparative to being someone who eats salad. Because again, it's like even the salads at those places aren't healthy. It Restaurants are weird. I mean, I guess we could change the regulations of the FDA. I don't know what I would change them to because I have never seen any of the regulations from the FDA. But see something. As far as I know, people have also been forcing the FDA to rewrite their rules and regulations too to fit their needs. Because at this point, it's not even just fast food; it's also just supermarkets in general. Things like processed meat, um, not well, maybe some canned foods, frozen foods, stuff like that. So you have to look over the whole thing honestly, which I would really have to hire someone for because I do not want to do that. That just seems exhausting and would make me hate this already terrible job, and I am not prepared for that in the least. So that's that. I am really hungry, so I'm gonna get something to eat now. So yeah, I have to close this, Mr. Behind the pictures.